Hi there all you happy hookers, you've got Sammy here. Today we're going to be completing the granny spike square as part of our 365 granny square a day crochet along project. I'm going to be implementing a lot of colour changes in mine just because I think it makes the square look more effective and I want to try something new. So we start off like a standard granny, can either magic circle or chain 4 to make a ring. Now I've just done a chain 3 and 2 double crochet into the circle and chain 2, and I'm going to do the same thing 3 more times. So starting like a traditional granny square, 1, first row with a magic ring is always so fiddly. 2, 3, so 3 double crochet, chain of 2. We're going to do that 2 more times. I'll let you guys finish off. I'm going to do this fiddly round off camera. I'm changing colour after this round. You can continue with the same or change as well. I'll see you shortly. Okay lovelies, we're back. Now whether you changed colour or not, you will have finished in a corner chain space. I forgot to tie off my centre. Do that in a minute. Anyway, in a corner chain space, so chain 3 is our first double crochet, 2 more double crochet into that corner chain space. Oops. Chain 2 and another set of 3 double crochet into the same corner chain space. So exactly like a normal granny square, totally cute, totally the reason that I started hooking, but I couldn't do one until January of this year at all, period. Now we've only got the 3 there, so we're going to skip them 3 into the next chain space, 3 double crochet, 1, 2, 3, chain of 2 and another 3. Now I might not have done a granny square until January of this year, but I've done loads of other stuff. I actually started with magic circles and crocheting in the round, and as I said, only did my first granny square in January. I was quite proud of myself. Okay, so 3 in that corner. And we continue in the same fashion all the way back to a slip stitch into the 3rd chain of our starting point. So you guys keep going, 3 double crochet, chain of 2, 3 double crochet in the next 2 corner spaces, then slip stitch to join. I'll meet you back here to do round 3. Okay, I am back, ready to start round 3. We're going to be mixing it up a little bit here. So I've just attached into the corner. You'll be in a corner chain space if you haven't changed colour anyway. Now half double crochets in the corner. So I've done a chain of 2. I'm going to do another 2 half double crochet. 1, 2, a chain of 2 and 3 half double crochet. Here's where things get a little bit different. So in our chain space, we're going to do a double crochet. We're going to do a long double crochet into the middle stitch of the cluster from the previous row. So loop over into the middle stitch, pull it up so it's a long one. We want it to sit level with the other one, but it's going into our round 1 stitches, and then we're going to do a second double crochet into the same chain space from round 2. So we've got a double, a long double, and a double, and then we're back to a corner chain space. So 3 half doubles, chain of 2, and another 3 half doubles into that corner chain space. Oops. 1, 2, 3. Alright, now we're working our way down the side again. So we've got a double crochet into the chain space, then our long double. So working into the center stitch of the cluster from round 1, pulling that stitch nice and long, completing the double, and then doing another double just into the chain space from round 3. So you can see how our spike effect is happening there. We're going to continue with the exact same pattern all the way back to join up with our starting chain. You guys finish off that round, and I will meet you back here in a moment so that we can go through round 4. Back and ready to do round 4. Now, round 4 through to 7 are just a repeat of round 3. So I'm going to run you through it once more, and then I'm going to let you finish the square off on your own. Starting in a corner space, I'm going to chain 2 and do 2 half double crochet, chain of 2, 3 half double crochet. Yeah, and the reason it was 2 then 3 is because our starting chain, that wasn't a half double, that was a double. Try again. 3 half double crochet, 1, 2, and 3. With our chain of 2 in the corner there. Now we've got 2 spaces, but it works exactly the same. So we're going to go with a double crochet between the clusters, followed by a long double into the 3rd stitch of the row before. So going into row 1 on round 3, we're going to go into row 2 on round 4 to the middle stitch of the cluster. Remember, keep this stitch nice and loose so it sits up with the other 2 double crochet that form this cluster, and then double crochet not into that second row but into that chain space from round 3. I'm doing a second one between the next 2 clusters, so a double crochet between them, a long double crochet into the middle stitch from round 2, keeping that stitch nice and loose so it sits up properly with the remainder of that cluster, and then doing another double crochet into that chain space. Getting them all setting up nicely there. Back to a corner, so 3 half double crochet, chain 2, 3 half double crochet, 1, 2, 3, back to between the cluster stitching, so a double crochet, a long double into the middle stitch of round 2, keeping it loose, and then a double crochet between the clusters from round 3. So I think you guys have got it now. If you want to go back around 4 minutes, you can follow along with the video. But as I said, row 4 to 7 are just a repeat of the exact same stitch pattern. So I'm going to leave you guys to finish this one off. I can't wait to see your colour combinations and what you do with this little cutie. I hope that you have found my tutorial helpful. Thank you very much for tuning in and supporting our year-long initiative. It's going really great, and it's wonderful to see so many skilled people involved. Have a fabulous day, and I'll see you next time. Happy hooking!